Ember Rain is a game about exploring the world as a Phoenixborn, searching for knowledge to further your own goals. Today I'm going to be making a video highlighting my first experience with this small little roguelite, as well as giving my thoughts on it and just how I thought it was after a couple hours of playtime. Upon spawning into the world of Ember Rain, you step out of a fiery pillar and you take in your first surroundings. You're in a temple of some sort, and in front of you are some NPCs. They tell you the story of your origin and lineage and allow you to explore the town afterwards. There's also a pretty helpful tutorial NPC, should you need to learn controls and some of the other basic systems of the game. I highly recommend you do this because at first, a couple of my friends were very confused on how to play, but once they read the tutorial NPC, most of their confusion was cleared up. Great addition to the game. Immediately upon leaving the shrine, there's much to explore within this little starter town in Ember Rain. Many NPCs offer lore about the world around you and NPCs you may come across in the future, while others hint at various regions and things in the world beyond. After you feel satisfied exploring the town and talking to its inhabitants, you can venture out into the world to find its many secrets. Something that I love about this game is the amount of lore that they've put into the NPCs, but it doesn't feel forced or very contrived, as well as the characters dropping hints or guides towards various trainers or things that a player might be interested in that would make sense for them to say, and it doesn't seem like it's forced in the sense of, oh hey, come over to that spot right over there, they'll teach you this, you know. There's one NPC that he'll say a ton of random lines, but if you keep talking to him, he'll drop a hint that a mage went to go study at a certain area, and that's really great if you want to be a mage because it's a small little hint that's been given to you as a reward for talking to this NPC multiple times. It's a cool but small little detail that makes this game pretty nice so far. One of my favorite examples of an NPC that gives the player a goal to achieve is there's a librarian that offers to teach you spells if you can give them items that they need, which automatically gives the player a reason to go out and explore and look for rare items. There's another NPC that tells you just about different areas that are very dangerous, so if the player feels daring, they can go explore around there and see what's in those areas. There's no one set path that the player has to go to, which is something that I think is really good about a game like this that it needs. It's not linear. You have different options and you're not forced to just go one way. In the starter town, I believe there was roughly 3 different exits that I was able to take to go do different things, and it allowed for just a much diverse and different experience that most players won't have in certain games, so it's awesome. As you gain your bearings exploring and going around the town, you may start to take a deeper look at your stat page, which has various stats. As you gain levels, you can increase said stats and, just get what you want to get depending on what path you might want to take, which is essentially this game's form of classes. One frustrating aspect of this is that hovering over stats doesn't necessarily tell you what their theme is. You can usually tell with like dexterity, obviously that's going fast, constitution, that's how tanky you are, but it doesn't give you enough of a description of how this will help the player and like maybe what build they're trying to make or what path they're trying to go. So I think a helpful suggestion would be to put descriptions for these. That way the player can have more control over what they want to do and not feel like they're stumbling around in the dark to try to figure out what they want to do. Other than that issue, it's pretty good all in all. The stat page reminds me of a Dungeons and Dragons page, which I think is great. It reminds me, it's very familiar, very comfortable, and easy to work with. As you level up, you'll unlock passive abilities that do various things. Another issue that I have is that along with the stat page not showing descriptions, you don't know what passives you have. Like, you unlock them, but after you play for a while, you'll tend to forget what passives you even have. So I think adding a tab that could show you the passives that your player has unlocked so they can try to take advantage of them would be a great way to go. You'll also be able to learn skills and equip them as time goes on within your inventory. And this is where Ember Rain really has a cool concept that's simple, but great. Many NPCs will teach you moves simply just by talking to them, from a simple upward slash to a vital medical kit for boss fights, which is just, it's amazing. Each NPC comes to serve a purpose if you go seek them out and find them, whether it be helping them kill something or just chatting with them. Some mobs may also teach you skills upon killing them, but I'm gonna try to leave you guys those ones to find. Ember Rain makes the player feel rewarded for talking to NPCs, instead of just them being there to be there to make the world seem like it's alive. They give you more things to look forward to and build towards, many of them giving helpful tips along your journey to find new things and encourage player exploration. Combat within Ember Rain, both PvP and PvE, is pretty straightforward. You have stamina, and swinging your weapon consumes that stamina. Blocking also drains your stamina, and if you run out, you get block broken and can be hit with devastating combos from enemies. While the combat is not the smoothest thing in the world, it's not so egregious that it is unplayable. It's simple, and once you get used to it, it's pretty easy to work with and have a good time with. Players also have the ability to access both utility moves and combat moves by hitting the G button, swapping between them. Utility things can be as simple from a little light popping up so you can see where you're going, to using medical kits to heal yourself in combat. It's a good system that really allows for diverse player builds, and while the content right now is pretty bare bones in terms of what they have, that's because it's a new released game, so I can't fault them for that. As they continue to expand, I think there's a lot of possibilities on what can be added, and it could be a really unique and cool system to work with. Overall, I believe Ember Rain to be a pretty fun game that has a lot of potential, but is to be enjoyed in a group of friends adventuring to find the next big fight or dungeon within its vast world. Choosing different paths for your character, as well as learning the lore from all its many NPCs, is truly something fun for either a late game night or something more serious as the game continues to evolve. Bring a couple of friends and enjoy the simplicity but a good time that is Ember Rain.